Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. And in today's video, guys, I thought this might be a fun one because we only have a couple of more days before Captain America: Brave New World comes out. So I thought it might be a good idea to rank all 11 post-Endgame Marvel movies, as a matter of fact. So yes, this is every movie in the MCU that we have gotten post Endgame, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I'm really excited to do this ranking because I haven't seen anybody do this ranking. So I am gonna do this ranking, as a matter of fact, guys. But not only does the movie have to be released after Endgame, I am also gonna make this a rule. It has to take place after Endgame. So the Black Widow movie is not on this list because it takes so even though it was released during the multiverse saga, it takes place before Avengers Infinity War, so therefore it takes place during the Infinity Saga, even though that it's part of the multiverse era. So yes, it has to be released after Endgame, and it also has to take place after Endgame, as a matter of fact. So those are the two rules that I am laying out here, as a matter of fact. But yeah, be sure you guys share your ranking down below in the comment section, as a matter of fact. Which one's your favorite and which one's your least favorite? And to be honest, guys, this ranking might be a little controversial because I'm a big Thor fan and a big Doctor Strange fan. So I don't know how you guys are going to react to this list. But also, I don't think they've made too many bad movies. I don't think they've made too many bad Marvel movies, and I don't think a single one of these movies that is on this list are necessarily bad. But with all that out of the way, guys, be sure to click like on this video, hit that red subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, and I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on my channel, guys. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube, be sure to go check out my channel because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy, as a matter of fact. But with that said, though, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started. Alright, coming in last place here. This might not be much of a shocker, even though that I don't think a single one of these movies are bad, but I definitely agree with most of you guys. And my last place pick has to go to the Eternals. So now, with this movie in particular, this is a movie that I feel like is not as good as a lot of the other Marvel movies. I mean, I like how we got like another like team superhero movie to the MCU. The only other team up movie like this that we've really gotten is Guardians of the Galaxy. All three of those movies are good, but then they try to do the same thing with like these ancient superheroes, and the concept is interesting, but overall I do think this is the weakest out of all 11 of these movies on this list, as a matter of fact. So yeah, it's not a bad movie necessarily, but in my opinion, it is by far the weakest one out of all of them. Up next at number 10 is going to be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So now, I wish I could put this movie up higher, but I can't. Because this movie in particular, I like it. I think that this is a fun movie, but this is not an MCU movie that I rewatch all that often, so it's still a good movie, but overall, I prefer a lot more of these movies compared to this one. It's still entertaining enough, but this is like a new superhero. So the issue is with when we get introduced to like with new superheroes nowadays, they just sometimes they feel like they just don't go anywhere, like at all, and it's kind of a little frustrating for me because we got no report that when the Eternals or when Shang-Chi are gonna come back. So like there's no report on either one of these characters if they're gonna come back to the MCU or not. So yeah, these two movies in particular, I mean they're good, but they just feel like the weak links for this list though. Up next at number 9, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So now, okay, let me address this first, guys. This is not like an outstanding movie in my opinion. This is not like a phenomenon. This is not like a phenomenal movie or anything like that. But I am gonna argue and put up a fight that the Ant-Man trilogy is a little underrated. And more specifically, I do think that this movie is also very underrated because what I liked about this movie, it introduces like a new setup for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we're most likely going to see them in the next two Avengers movies as well. But what I like about this movie is that there was like a story in the first Ant-Man, and then there was like a whole nother story that got told in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we never get told the whole background information until this movie, because Derek as the Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man, we didn't know what happened to him. But it was revealed that he fell to the quantum realm and became a bad guy down there, and he became MODOK. And then same thing with the Wasp's mom, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. I can't remember her name right offhand, but her story actually got told on who she met down there and who the villain was in that, and that was Kane, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed that we're most likely not going to see Kane again, because I feel like he would have made like a great villain and a great continuation to the MCU. But I'm hoping we'll see him again. But since they changed Avengers Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday, we're most likely not going to see him again, as a matter of fact. So yeah, so this is a great movie. I think this is a good movie nonetheless, but like I said, it's not great or anything, but it's still a decent enough movie in my opinion, though. Up next at number 8, I have The Marvels. So now this is another one that I think that I think is underrated, as a matter of fact, because I like the idea of like bringing all these characters. I like this whole idea that they brought Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and I think Phantom was that other lady's name. So I just really liked how they brought all three of these characters together and explored more of the world that Captain Marvel came from. And we finally got Nick Fury in here again, because I think the last project that he was in before this one was Secret Invasion. So he's only been in like two more recent MCU projects and such. He hasn't really been anything besides those two since Avengers Endgame, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this is a great movie nonetheless. This is another one that's not like outstanding or great or anything like that, but this movie is still pretty darn good nonetheless, and this is one that I think people have definitely hated on way too much. Up next, at number 7, I have Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So now, this is another one I wish I could put higher on this list because it's not as good as the first Black Panther, but I really like the whole outcome of this movie because I like how they set up the next Black Panther and how they describe why the Black Panther sister should become the next Black Panther because Chadwick Boseman passed away and he wasn't able to play the character again, sadly, so they had to get a new character to play Black Panther, and I'm happy with the choice that they gave for the Black Panther. And I really do like the chase scene that's in this movie when they're trying to outrun the cops. I think that's a pretty cool scene, as well, as a matter of fact. And yeah, so yeah, this movie is pretty good nonetheless, but I wish I could put it higher because but it's not quite as near as the first one, but like I said, I still think it's a good movie nonetheless. At number 6, I have Spider-Man Far From Home. So now when I did my ranking of all 14 Spider-Man movies last year, that was before Venom: The Last Dance and Kraven the Hunter came out. Just FYI, I actually had this as my number 1, but Spider-Man No Way Home has continued to grow on me. So that's why this one is below Spider-Man No Way Home. But yeah, I really do like Spider-Man Far From Home. I actually think it's a little bit better than Spider-Man Homecoming because I like how this movie is different compared to some of the other Spider-Man movies. And yes, I like the Italy setting. I think that's where that at. They're in Italy. And yeah, I like the whole setup of this thing. I like the inclusion of Nick Fury in this movie. So yeah, this movie was pretty good, and I like how they described on what happened in Endgame as this movie were to take place right after Endgame, and I also liked how they paid tribute to Tony Stark, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this movie is pretty good in my opinion. Up next at number 5, I have Deadpool and Wolverine. So now, if you guys had to ask me what are my top 10 MCU movies, this one would probably be on that list because even though this movie's rated R and it shouldn't be because Disney makes the MCU movies and they can't afford to make an R-rated movie at all. But yeah, this movie is fun, nonetheless. This movie is fun. It's a blast to watch from beginning to end. It's so funny. So yeah, all these top 5 movies I like exactly the same. So yeah, I really do like Deadpool and Wolverine as a whole, but unfortunately there's a couple other movies that I would put before this one as a matter of fact. And these top 5 movies, and these movies would actually be in like my top 10 or something like that. So up next at number 4, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I enjoy this movie a lot. This movie is an absolute blast. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is number 4. At number 3, I have Spider-Man No Way Home. At number 2, I have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And very controversially, I have Thor Love and Thunder at number 1. So yes, like I said, I like all 5 of these movies back to back. I enjoy them all the same. These movies are great nonetheless. And all of these movies are pretty much in my top 10 MCU movies, as a matter of fact. I need to do a video on my top 10 MCU movies, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's probably a video that I will do, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this movie is pretty good, and it's also a blast to watch. From all these movies I have a fun time with, as a matter of fact, and all of these movies are neck and neck for number 1, as a matter of fact. So there you have it, guys. There's my ranking of all 11 MCU movies post Endgame, as a matter of fact. I really hope you enjoyed this video, as a matter of fact. I sure hope this ranking wasn't too controversial for you guys, and those last 5 movies I just had to put together, as a matter of fact, because I like all those movies the same, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video, as a matter of fact. I really hope you enjoyed this video, as a matter of fact, guys. Be sure you hit that like button, as well as hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss anything in the future, and press that notification bell. But with that said, though, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go get bringing back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. And in a couple of days, we're getting Captain America Brave New World. But with that said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!